Welcome to Coffee with Blaine. This is coffee. This is Blaine. Those are dogs faintly barking in the distance. It's been a minute. I was just on tour, as some of you may know, and kept running into people. And a good chunk of those people that I kept running into kept talking about Coffee with Blaine and asked if I was still doing it, which means that I'm not really doing my job if people are wondering if it's still happening. I got here, and then I've seen the last time I did a Coffee with Blaine was a month ago. Craziness. So it's definitely right of those people to ask if I'm still doing it. I've just been really busy. Eric, good morning. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm a little bit sick, I think. I think I might have caught whatever Trish had. But I'm pulling through. Hanging in there. Just got a little bit of tickle in the back of my throat. Yeah, and I've been really diving into music. Obviously, we've been on tour. And while we've been on tour, I've been doing the VIP bus pass experience every day. And I've also been tracking. I tracked some guitar on Chris Del Camino's upcoming single while we were on the road. That was a long day. I woke up and we loaded in and did sound check. Right after sound check, I went and taught a guitar lesson. Right after the guitar lesson, I ran in to do the VIP bus pass. Right after the bus pass, I went to the green room to track on Chris's song. And then after Chris's song, I went and played the show. Utah was a busy day for me. Cassie, good morning. Jesse, good morning. Lindsay, good morning. Stephanie, will you guys be doing a summer tour? Good morning, by the way. Yes, it will be a short one, but we will be doing one. A possibility of doing two. I probably can't announce it on a public thing, but yes, the answer is yes. Brittany, morning. I'm drinking coffee on a plane headed to see y'all in Florida. Heck yeah. Yeah, I fly out tomorrow morning to head to Reggae Rise Up Florida. And I was just talking to Kevin from Stick Figure / Backstage Music Lessons. And he's going to have a booth at the festival. So I think on Friday I may be teaching a lesson both before and after our set. So if you're interested in doing an at-booth in-person lesson with me at Reggae Rise Up Florida, you can contact BackstageMusicLessons.com. Scott, good morning. Stephanie, any Midwest states? I have no idea where we're going, unfortunately, Stephanie. I'd like to hope we're going everywhere, but it's a short tour, so I don't know. It's a good question. Today, however, I am drinking some amazing Pike's Place coffee from Boulder, Colorado. I'm not sure who gave this to me, but it's amazing. I'll just show you guys a picture. Peak State coffee, sorry. There it is. It's coffee with antioxidants and prebiotics, which is pretty crazy. Whole bean coffee. They also have a couple. They sent me 3 bags, and 2 of them have different mushroom compounds in them. One has like chaga and cordyceps, and one has like reishi and lion's mane, which is super cool. He just shows up. Yeah. Well, in this case, we're still getting the details, working out the details, and the dates are subject to change, so I don't want to tell anyone anything and then have the date change or the city change. Hey, how's it going, bro? Forsyth Imaging. I hope those pictures turned out well. Oh, that's from you, Beth. Okay, yay. I'm glad. It's really good. I'm on my second cup. I remember you mentioned coffee, but I thought you were going to bring it in person, but you shipped it and it got there before I did, which is crazy. You're a wizard, Beth. Thank you for the coffee. Yeah, there's so much going on. I can't even keep track right now. I am currently in the process of finishing up. Well, I'm not doing the mixing, but Doa's Daydream, her upcoming single, No In Between. I'm finishing that up currently, going back and forth with Jeff at Conatown, who's mixing it, getting the perfect blend of bass and treble, basically, which should come out like April, mid-April, end of April, which I'm excited to. I just got a new mix in my email this morning, so I'll be checking that afterwards. So super stoked on that. I finishing up the production. I just got like one more track to lay for Rebecca Arscott's next single, Fire Rising, I believe it's going to be called, which is going to be a freaking banger, which I'm excited for. I had a nice little small part in Chris Del Camino's upcoming single. I'm working on 2 Island Asylum tracks. Currently working on guitar tracking for that. I have another Doa's Daydream and another Rebecca Arscott tune coming out as well. And Weege and Island Asylum both just dropped albums last month, which features my guitar and or bass all over them. So if you haven't checked those out, please check those out. So that's been my recording life so far. It's been pretty jam-packed. I got another couple of projects that are about to get started, which I'm excited for, with even different artists. If you're a musician and you want some guitar tracking or production help or any and everything, please don't hesitate to hit me up. I love doing all that stuff. Jesse, good morning. Paul, good morning. Justin, the tour videos were so sick. Keep feeling the FOMO, keep killing it. Thank you, Justin. Chance the Shooter is his Instagram name. His actual name is Chance. He's been our videographer / media guy for a few tours now, and he's incredible. He also does a bunch of work with Sugar Shack sessions as well. So big ups, Chance. Lauren, good morning. Thank you for joining. Great to see you out and about in your native habitats. Jesse, I'm hosting / doing a live episode at Doa's this Sunday. Very cool. Heck yeah. I still haven't been to Doa's place. She says it's really, really nice, though. Hopefully, after all this tour craziness, I can come over and have some soup. She makes really good soup. Pancakes and jams. No wonder you don't know what day it is. You are busy. I am. I'm incredibly busy. I'm also been teaching lessons this whole time. Pretty much every off day we've had on tour, I've been teaching, and some of the on days as well. I taught 2 lessons yesterday. I have 1 or 2 more to teach today as well. She is coming to Vegas. Make sure to grab your friends and go out and support. She's at that crucial spot where every body counts. Everybody. Everybody. Wow, wow. Sorry. Love all the collab stuff. Heck yeah. Jacob, been rocking shows. Yeah, yeah. Did I mention I've been on tour? Heather, good morning. Welcome. How are the snakes? The snakes are good. I fed them all as soon as I got home. They were pretty hungry. All but my ball python, who was like, eh. Ball pythons are so funny. Sometimes they just don't eat for a while. She needs to come to the Midwest. Well, there's got to be a reason. If you go to the Midwest and you play for two people, it doesn't really help at all in any way. Besides experience and humility. Got to be a reason. So if you have a band that has a draw in your city, reach out. See if you can bring them out. Because that's the only way to grow your numbers in cities where people don't know who you are. I had so much fun at your shows. Thank you. Those were really great shows too. They are finicky, Jacob. Cassie, my daughter wanted to ask you about more snakes at the Boulder show. Totally next time. Well, you can always shoot me a DM with any questions. I love talking about snakes. Antonia, good morning. Hi. Des Moines, Iowa would put on, just saying. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's easy to say, but it's harder to have the numbers speak for themselves. I can't tell you how many times my boss stopped eating then passed. Yeah, it's tough depending on how old the animal is. Animals will also stop eating when they know they're about to pass. If they're older, your ball gets 15, 20 years old, it's probably like your puppy, it just stops eating and then slowly fades away. There could be underlying issues, parasites, other things that cause it. I try to make sure my animals hit the vet once a year and do fecal tests just for that reason. But my ball will routinely stop eating for sometimes a month at a time. I've heard of balls not eating for an entire year, and then they just start eating again, like nothing ever happened. It's hard when they're finicky eaters like that. Thanks for the killer show in Colorado Springs and playing on my birthday. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. So many cakes. And I got home and I had a cinnamon roll cake that my landlord's wife and my girl made. And it's freaking delicious. You might be a snake, Jesse. Is your tongue forked? Do you have any limbs? Double check. One of my favorite parts of the live show was seeing you play the guitar sounds / notes that I was wondering how were created. Oh, yeah. I do a lot of, in the reggae world, we call them dubs, which is just basically finding clever ways to utilize delay and reverb to create more of a soundscape rather than an actual notes or chords or parts. And yeah, I love doing that so much. It's one of my apparently people know me a lot for doing that, which is kind of crazy, as opposed to just the traditional guitar playing, which heck yeah, a whole year, how do they even sustain? So snakes are built differently than people. Snakes especially are masters of conservation of energy. So when a person eats a meal, 80% of that meal gets converted into heat to keep our internal temperature at, like 98.6 degrees, as they say. Maintaining that internal temperature is hard, especially in the winter. Snakes don't do that because they get heated up by the sun and the ambient temperature around them. And when that temperature drops, they go into a state of dormancy, kind of like a bear hibernates. For reptiles, they call it brumation because the process is slightly different. So when they brumate, just like when a bear hibernates, they don't eat. They may drink some water, but they're basically just, their bodies are on essential functions only. And even when they're in the warmer months, they're very opportunistic. So they don't experience things like lactic acid buildup as much as like people do. And so they can be in one position, conserving all the energy, barely moving for long periods of time. Which means the energy that they get from a meal, they have that 80% of the meal energy that is not being used for heat, but it's also being conserved over a long period of time because they're not hustling and bustling and foraging for food like other animals might be. Like if you were a lizard and you ate a lot of plant material, you would constantly be moving for food, whereas snakes just wait. They're really good predators that way too, because they wait for that opportunity. Find a local promoter and have them link. That's what we did. My brother is a reggae promoter in Vegas, and we've been in contact for a couple of years now. Nice, Paul. Good expansion on the topic there. Mickey, good morning. Next show, I fly out tomorrow for Reggae Rise Up. I have just got all my laundry done and basically unpacked. You can see there's a mess behind me. But now I have to repack today because my flight's at noon tomorrow. It's going to be awesome, though. Jessica, good morning. Reach out to Woolies as the venue. Heck yeah, Jacob. I want to offer promotion for your channel viewers, followers, views, chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. Auto on, incredibly flexible and convenient order management panel. Everything in your hands. Silly ass bot. How often do snakes eat? It depends on the snake. A good rule of thumb is about once a week to once a month, somewhere in that range. Depending on the species, their prey item, and the time of year. And if you're brumating your snakes. Even if you don't brumate your snakes by dropping the temperatures, they still may just decide to rarely eat in the winter. For my snakes, I like to offer them small meals once a week, and if they're not hungry, they don't have to eat it. Just take it away. Feed them again next week. Season cycles. Nothing beyond the normal season, you can, but I kind of create a constant 12 on, 12 off light cycle and pretty consistent temperatures. It's like it's always spring here for my snakes. Maybe if I get some better upgrades. And right now I'm working on upgrading all their habitats. Maybe I'll upgrade their lights to run through a seasonal cycle as well with their lighting. But what I'm trying not to do is encourage breeding behavior because I don't plan on breeding my snakes. So a lot of that seasonal cycle will encourage them to go through breeding things, develop follicles, potentially lay eggs. And snakes can parthenogenesize, which is a process where they will, if they don't have a mate, they may end up laying fertile eggs anyway, which is pretty crazy. Basically just cloning themselves. And I don't want the snakes to go through that stress if they don't have to. You got a clean shirt in mind for Reggae as a good question. We'll find out. I wish I only ate once a week or a month. Groceries would be cheap. Yeah. They also eat whole prey items, so they get a wide variety of stuff because they're digesting the bones, they're digesting the organs, they're digesting basically everything. So they're extracting mass amounts of nutrients that more from the animal than we would get just by eating a steak. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's another adaptation by eating the prey whole and not just taking chunks off of it or, eating the meat and leaving the bones. That really helps them thrive. You guys hear my sick voice? Let's see. I did get a lot of packages while I was gone. I got some birthday presents. As well as coffee. Thank you for that. But I guess I can go through and show you guys some of my new toys before I bust them out officially. So I ordered this thing from Dunlop. Their subsidiary, Way Huge. And I've never owned one of these pedals before. Or one of these types of pedals before. This is my first official fuzz pedal ever. This is my Way Huge Swollen Pickle. And I'm really excited. It's a Big Muff style fuzz. For those of you who aren't familiar with that, it's like the iconic fuzz pedal. A lot of the grunge music you heard in the 90s from Seattle was using Big Muff style pedals. And so this is the Way Huge version of that. So I'm excited to play around with this. My first official fuzz pedal. I'm excited. Your tour videos look so fun. You guys sounded amazing. Thank you so much, Jessica. I feed my corn snakes 2 medium mice once a month. Could probably feed them more. Yeah, with corn snakes, I like to feed them basically, or most colubrids, because they have a slightly faster metabolisms than pythons or boas. A prey item about the width of their body in their thickest part, which is probably an adult mice. I once a week, as long as they're defecating regularly. To once every 2 weeks tops if they're older adults. But I would maybe look at finding a single prey item that is the correct size, 1 to 1.5 times the size of their widest part, and then feeding that maybe twice a month. But that would be my personal recommendation. There are probably people who are way more knowledgeable on specifically corn snakes than me. I missed your sniffle nose sounds. Oh, Jesse. Yeah. I was doing so good until I literally got off of tour. I slept for 10 or 11 hours this last night. And then the night before, I think I slept about 12 plus hours. I've been sleeping a lot. What else? West Tone sent me these guys because mine broke during tour. So the rep actually came out to our Colorado show. Gave me some new Universal Fit IEMs, which actually sound really good. And then I just got mine back, my original custom OS, and I have 3 sets of IEMs, which is super dope. I'm gonna try out my custom molded 6-driver ones for Reggae Rise Up. So I'm stoked for that. I need to find the cable. I know it's around here somewhere. And that'll be the first time I've used those in a couple of years, which I'm stoked for. Thanks, Chris Reggae Love. Appreciate you. I got a new pickup from Seymour Duncan for my main guitar. I went from the 59 Trumbucker to the custom Trumbucker. Hopefully it gives me a little more definition on my notes and a slightly more modern sound. I like the vintage sound, but I want to try this slightly more modern sound. See if it matches the other pickups a little better. Ken, good morning. Yeah. Trying to think of what else to talk about. Ernie Ball sent some new cables and a bunch of strings, which is awesome. Thank you, Ernie Ball. Thank you. And what else? Is it afternoon? It's not afternoon here, brah. Sean, good morning. Yeah, that's about all I got. I just got a bunch of work to do. I got some recovery to do, which I can really do after this weekend, but I got a bunch of work to do. But I wanted to say hi. I wanted to chat with you guys. I'm about to... I don't have a humidifier. I have some air purifiers. Actually, what kind of saved me on this tour, normally this happens during tour, but my girl got me this little portable air purifier with a HEPA filter in it. I'm afraid to look. Ooh. And it kind of saved me rocking it. I probably should, Ricky. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Ken. Not a bad idea. Yeah, there were a couple spots on tour where it got down to like 10% humidity. And we were at altitude. And it was like 20 degrees. Makes it very hard to play the trumpet, I'll tell you that. No rest until I get back from Reggae Rise Up, that's for sure. I got a couple good nights of sleeping, though. Oregon looked cold. Oregon was pretty cold. Not as cold as Utah. Utah and Idaho are... yeah. Nice. Luckily, it's not horrible right now, but yeah, it might come to that. We'll see how my giant metal tube traveling to Florida goes. Living my life in a series of tubes. I'm going to be posting up some photo galleries on Patreon. Be chatting with my Producers Club members today, I think. I went to do it yesterday thinking it was today. That was silly of me. Yeah, if anyone's interested in joining, link is right there. I used to do the raw egg thing too, Ken, actually. It was my breakfast. 3 raw eggs and a Red Bull. Then I'd go for a run. Yeah, I think that's all I got for now. I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I'm going to try to do it more once I get back. Be on the lookout for all the new music. I'm going to update my Spotify playlist as well with a bunch of stuff. Sorry, I've been out of contact with most people lately. It's been busy, man. But I'm going to continue my busyness, but this time on a more connection level. So can't wait to share all the new stuff. And if you haven't heard the recent stuff, please go check it out. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being so awesome. I love and appreciate all of you guys. And we'll talk again soon. Cheers, guys.